Want to begin?
Sure, why not?
Let's begin.
Welcome to Anibros.
Welcome to the show. We are the Bros.
We are bros.
We are the Anibros podcast. You can visit our website at anibrospodcast.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on the old Twitter, and subscribe to our RSS, and like us in real life of your own will.
Indeed. And then you can give us presents.
Yeah, buy us stuff. Send us things to review.
Yeah, please, please, and thank you.
Or just request things for us to review.
That works too, but I like free things. So you can comment your selection to us, and then we'll give you our address, and you can send it to us.
Yeah, no one comments on our things. They need to start doing that.
All kinds of people comment. We're so great. Join the party.
Yeah, like the one time when my mom commented.
Yeah.
Shh.
We got a few spam commenters.
Yeah?
Did we now?
Yeah.
Did you delete them? Because I don't think I ever saw them.
Well, I watched the webcam girl for a little while, and then I turned it off.
Well, that's enough about your girlfriend. What have you guys been watching this time?
Aside from just about everything that I said I was going to watch over the summer and more. I mean, fall season and more.
I know, right? It's incredible.
Yeah, I've lost track of how many shows I'm watching, to be honest. I
Why aren't you
know
just
the
better,
titles.
Patrick?
No, I'm not better.
Aside from watching everything ever.
Well, everything that was in, like, this fall season, I'm watching that.
It's a good one. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
You wouldn't go as far to say it's a good one?
No, I would not.
Well, I'm not asking you to commit to, like, saying it's great or anything.
I'm committing to all of the shows, but that doesn't mean I like them.
All right. Gonna be all soon here.
No, it's not that... Ugh.
Pat Coon the Soon.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
It's a new nickname.
Or you could call me a cynic, I'm not...
Nope, it's been decided.
I'll
Jesus
watch
Christ.
your animes. It's not like I like them or anything.
I don't! That's the thing. I watch stuff that's bad specifically because it's bad,
It's the Pat Coon Justification Hour here on Anibros.
Yeah. So, what shows? You list them off because I'm probably watching the same shows you are.
All right, yeah. I'm just looking at my list of feeds right now, and it's got a nice little alphabetical list. And there's 18 shows that I am following right now.
Well, at least you have the numbers for shows, so...
Yeah, the first one is Beyond the Horizon.
Beyond the Horizon? You mean Beyond the Boundary?
Sure.
That's Kyokai no Kanata, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yep, I gave it the first episode and it's like, this show sucks. But you know what? Maybe it might turn around a little bit. Maybe it'll get better next episode. Next episode, it gets worse.
Yeah, it just
Got
kind
way
of
worse.
cemented that in there.
Someone tried to tell me it got way better in the second episode. It's like, yeah, this is when it gets super dark and super intense. Like, no, it wasn't. Did you forget the part where there were a whole bunch of pratfalls, and then the guy was just like, be careful of your glasses because they might break, and you look super cute in glasses, so don't break them.
Yeah.
And then the part where that guy's mom was dressed like a cat. Yeah, man. This was so super dark. It's like the people who watched Go Busters and said this show is super dark.
This is like the super most typical example of a terrible light novel where it just one main character just has like all these wacky girls surround him and just be like, oh man, my life is so tough, like all these wacky things keep happening to me.
Yep. And there's even a club, just in case you needed one.
Yeah, they shoehorn in every single stupid cliche.
Yup.
Sounds like I'd hate it.
It sounds like a fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in
really
this at all.
is.
It's so terrible.
No, literally, this is the kind of shit that I would write on, like, Quizilla back in, like, 2006.
Oh.
That's how bad this friggin' show is.
What was your username? Let's find out.
No, I'm not doing that again.
You're not, divulging your username of your account again?
No. Bad things happened when I did that, and now I can't fix it.
What does that mean?
It is a dark secret you will never find out.
We want to
I'll
read
find
your
out.
Star Fox fan fictions. Come on.
Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Trust me, you don't. No you don't.
Well, I think we do more now.
Come on, Miles.
Moving on, what's the next show?
Yeah, what was the Japanese name for that? Kyokai no Kanata.
Yep.
Just ranges from terrible to bearable.
Yep, just about. Animation's still good, but that's because it's KyoAni, and they're
Yeah,
good animators. They need to start making better shows, though.
it's real bad.
Yep. Make a second season of Nichijou.
Yeah,
Like, that's the only good show they've made.
or Haruhi Part 3 or something.
Yeah, well, for you.
I just saw somebody say something like, "Oh, Beyond the Boundary is like actually KyoAni taking risks." And I'm like, is that a joke?
No, they're not. They're falling back on all of their KyoAni-isms.
And I'm like, are you joking? This is the exact same thing that they've been pumping out nonstop. Like, taking a risk would be like airing the same episode 8 weeks in a row, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool, you know?
Well, it's... Yeah, it's... They fall back way too much on their KyoAni-isms, as I like to call them. Like, they're stupid ditzy girls, and they're really quiet, emotionless girls, and they're girls.
I don't
And
know.
just this dumb things they've been doing. It's just...
Something must have happened within the last year or so.
I see what they're trying to do. There's an inkling of a good idea in there, but they're too scared to go for it. They want to do what they've been doing too much.
You guys can have your powwow of all the a million shows you guys watched. I can only contribute really to one.
What did you watch?
Well, we'll wait till we're gonna finish it up
Yeah.
with that. What's the next thing you watched?
It's actually a good show, Copelion. I think it's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Copelion. It's okay so far.
I really, really liked the first episode. It was like, I watched it and it was like,
Oh yeah.
this is going to be the anime of the season, you know? It's so great.
I wouldn't go that far. Because, like, I really like what it's trying to do. Because, like, the first episode was giving me, like, real good Fragile Dreams vibes. And anything that reminds me of Fragile Dreams is an instant winner in my book. I don't know. There was just a couple things that bugged me about it. I feel like there might be too many characters in this show.
Really?
I mean, they haven't, well, not right now. There haven't been too many right now, but I feel like that they're gonna, like, accumulate a lot. And I'm just gonna, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't read the manga, but I did see that there's a couple more that are going to come in.
And I'm really scared that, like, it might start looking a lot more like the opening sequence where, like, there's a lot of action happening. And, like, there's fight scenes. Like, please don't do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, I want them to not fight. That would be beneficial. I mean, I like the idea that it's, like, post-apocalyptic and it's just, like, it's very quiet and slow. So it's like, yeah, I can get behind this.
Yeah,
So-
and just like the juxtaposition between a nuclear wasteland and then 3 people just walking through it. And it'd be nice if each episode would be like kind of a different thing. Or not, I guess. Like, it was kind of cool how the first episode had that cliffhanger.
Yeah, the main characters, they seem a little two-dimensional at this point. It's not bad. I'm pretty sure they'll get fleshed out a bit more, but... And they don't annoy me so far, so I can at least say that. One little thing, and this is just a personal pet peeve. I really don't like the nuclear apocalypse kind of thing going on.
Just in this or in general?
In general, like, I just felt like it's so stale and boring.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's only 2 kind of apocalypses you see in, like, shows and movies and stuff anymore. It's just, like, it's either nuclear or zombies. And it's like, zombies have been overdone, everyone's done it, and nuclear is just, like, that's not special either. I don't know. It just feels like these are the only 2 things people can come up with. Like, we want to have a post-apocalyptic setting, so either do nukes or do zombies.
I guess maybe, but it doesn't really feel like it's an excuse because there's a lot of things around that like play off of the fact that it is a nuclear wasteland fallout kind of deal because they're you know, certain places have more radiation than the others and stuff and all the stuff that happens.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying, like, I hate it. It's just like, it shouldn't have been a nuclear apocalypse. And if that's what you're gonna do, then it's like, alright, fine. It's just that, like, I'd like to see more creative apocalypses. Because, like, I hate to bring it up. This last time on this podcast, I swear, Fragile Dreams, you didn't know what caused the apocalypse. And, like, the part of the fun of the game is like trying to figure out how it happened. And like when you figure it out, it's like, oh, it was neither of the two most obvious solutions. And it was actually something pretty creative. But I would actually like to know how this ended up being such a nuclear wasteland. Did they explain that in the first episode? I forget. Did they say like World War III happened and then like they bombed everything?
I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure they'll explain it because they definitely started explaining it in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like that he was showing the people on TV like some part of it or something. Like it seems like
Yeah, it seemed like they were going towards like ground zero. I don't know if the entire world has been nuked to death. Probably not.
probably I don't think so.
No, it's just Tokyo.
Yeah, and it must have happened like at least 18 years ago or something, right?
Yeah, they said that. They said it was like 18 years ago.
For the girls to be that age.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it'll be 2 seasons because it seems like it could be pretty good. I like it.
Have they said, is it like a 1 or 2 core?
I haven't looked it up for Capellion.
Well, if it's 2 core, then they'll have to come up with quite a few things. But like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't even know how far the manga is.
So far, it's all right. I'll stick with it. Hasn't done anything to piss me off yet.
Same here. Like I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys watch Galilei Dona?
Yeah, I did.
Laven, you probably like this show. Like right when it started, the intro of it, I was like, "This is the show for Laven, huh?"
Well, what happens in the
Oh,
intro?
I doubt that. When I watched it, I thought to myself, this is the kind of show Laven's gonna hate.
Well,
I think I can trust Patrick to not be sarcastic.
yeah.
right now.
After the intro,
Oh,
it
yeah,
showed.
the intro. No, the intro is something Laven would love.
Yeah,
After
Oh.
that, I think he would hate it.
Okay. I see where you're going with this. All right.
because it starts off with like a big like attack on some base in the Arctic with mechs and everything, and it looks like some kind of Metal Gear Solid thing going on, and then it like pans to like one of them chasing a little girl, and I'm like, oh, well, almost.
That show feels really random.
Yeah,
So far, I don't know anything about these girls. The premise of the show is that, like, these 3 girls in modern day are descendants of Galileo,
yeah.
and I guess people want them for some reason. They want to kidnap them or kill them. I don't know.
Yeah, it really just jumps in on like an exciting part, I guess. And I think out of like all the shows I watched so far, it explained the least. It just kind of like
Yeah,
jumped in there and well, I mean, it made an attempt at explaining each of the characters a little bit. The 3
very,
sisters.
very little bit. One has a pet goldfish and has a bike that can fold into, like, a suitcase that can then turn into a gun.
Yeah.
That freaked me out. It was just like, her bike just, like, first, I already thought it was cool that, like, she had, like, a sort of, like, transforming bike that can turn into, like, just, like, she can carry it around with her, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. And then she turned it into a gun, and, like, what the hell?
That sounds awesome. What are you even talking about?
No, it was awesome, but, like,
Oh,
it was
Okay.
it was just, there was no indication that she had that until she just decided, oh, wait, I can turn my bike into a gun.
Yeah. That's how they introduce cool things, is by catching you off guard.
She also had a pet goldfish, and then...
Did it turn into a gun too?
It turned
No, but
into
she
a
got a
mech.
goldfish mech.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right.
I don't know. Then there's the other girl who doesn't say much and apparently likes a guy.
Skips class or something.
Yep.
That's as far as she
And then
goes.
there's the 3rd oldest girl, who is a law student.
She's the best so far.
No, she's the worst. She is a law student, and you can tell because her dialogue entirely consists of, I'll press charges. I am a law student.
And she gets drunk nonstop.
Is she like the American character from High School Boys?
You mean
American
from
character.
Or no, that's that from what show is that from?
Zetsubo Sensei?
Yeah, that's what Sensei.
No, she's just like it first introduces her just getting drunk at some table, like, I can't believe they'll take you money for the credits and then not give it to you. And her friends are like, well, maybe you should go to class. She's like, no, like, I'm gonna be a law student, I'll sue them. And then that's all she does. Like, the bad guys come in to kidnap them, and everyone's like all held hostage, and she's just like, how can you come and bust into our house? Like, I will sue you. Like, you can try to settle with me outside of court, but it's gonna be a lot of money. And they're just like, I'm kidnapping you. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this show.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They didn't say very much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of talking, but then they didn't say very much.
I don't know. This is the one I'm the most unsure of, I guess, just because it didn't really do a whole lot in the first episode.
Nope.
But if you like Max Laven, you should try watching it.
I can try. It sounds about like not very good. You can't just throw mechs in a show and then I'll like it. They tried that with Airsoft, and that didn't really work out for them, in my opinion.
What else?
You know what's after Galilee is Golden Time.
So far, it's average.
Golden Time was the surprise for me, because I wasn't really expecting much, just a romance, whatever. It's by the same person who did Toradora, and I haven't seen that, but everyone says that's super good.
I hated Toradora.
I have never heard of Toradora, so...
I wasn't really expecting a whole lot from it, but it really surprised me, and from the first episode I was like, this is pretty good.
Now, why do you say that?
It's had funny characters, and it didn't have anybody doing anything really stupid or anything, and it's set in college, so that's kind of nice how they're not constantly gonna be like weird little kids to each other.
I do like that. It is incredibly refreshing to see people in college in this show. Because, like, probably the best thing about it is that no one wears uniforms. Like, I don't know why, but, like, it's just so much better to see these characters, like, sort of in a school setting, kind of, but also, like, in these casual clothes. I don't know what it is, but, like, I like that. I like seeing that.
I know what it is.
Shut up. It has nothing to do with what you think it is.
What is
I
it?
don't know what you think it is.
Patrick doesn't like uniforms.
No, it was just that... Keep going with your thought, never mind.
Well, okay. The characters are okay so far, except for... What was her name? Coco Kaga? Or Kaga Coco? Whatever. She's so far kind of the least developed. So far, her entire character is, I like this one guy, and I do everything with him. And that's kind of dull. Have something else to you, please? It's only been 2 episodes, but, like, I would like her to have a bit more depth. Especially if she's going to be the main focus.
Yeah, it's kind of getting there, because in the first episode, I thought it was a good episode, because it's just, you're doing it the whole show from the point of this main guy, and it almost feels like it's supposed to be like a visual novel or something, but it's just a manga, and this main guy, he's going around meeting all these different people, and supposedly the main girl, the one who's like in the opening and in all the art for the show and everything, is already paired up with a different guy. And she's just like, I love him forever. I'm not going to do anything else besides chase after him.
Well, we know that's not going to be true.
It's like...
Because the opening sequence spoiled that.
Yeah, it's like, what? How are you going to go from here to here? In the next episode, they're supposed to go to like some like sleepover or something. And
Well,
it's
they're getting there really fast. And like, isn't this supposed to be like a 2-core thing?
Yeah.
God damn it, I'm gonna hate it for that. Because, like they're already planting the seeds, as it were. Because, like, they're already gonna, like, it's the 3rd episode. And, like, they're already gonna spend, like, a whole weekend together. Like, just them.
Well, it's with their club.
Yeah. By the way, I really liked the first episode, and I'm pretty sure Laven would too, because the whole point of it was kind of, like, avoiding clubs. Like, that was the whole... Like, everyone was trying to get this new guy into their clubs, and it was just like, no, I don't want to.
They couldn't do even one episode without even showing a club, though, apparently.
Well, that's how clubs work in universities. And
You
I guess,
have to be in a club.
Like, yeah, everybody tries to get you in clubs, and it's just like, join this club, join that. Like, it's not as bad as it was in that show, but, like, I kind of ran into that my first year here.
I didn't. I was like, all these clubs are dumb.
Well, they probably thought you were dumb.
Yeah, probably. So I left.
They're like, look at this guy. He hates clubs. Who's he think he is?
Well, I liked that, sort of. And I get the feeling that he's not going to really be in, like, the club setting too often. Especially since the club that he's been roped into now is sort of an all-purpose everything club.
Yeah, I can't even remember what club that was.
She said it was... I don't know.
I like it when he, like, got pulled into the tea club, though. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to say that. The tea club was hilarious. Their whole shtick is about drinking tea, or is it booze? I'm pretty sure they have all their tea laced with booze in that club.
Laven, he goes to his friend's film club meeting,
Yeah.
and they're having like, you know, the little party you have in that what are those places called where they all sit down at the table and you have the sliding doors?
It's like on the
I don't
tatami mats.
Yeah.
Or like
That's the floor.
like what do you? I don't know what you're
It's the
describing.
whole
Those
room.
houses they go and have parties at. It's like a little
They're like traditional banquet halls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're having like the film club party there, and the main guy doesn't join the film club, but he's just thinking about it, or just hanging out with his pal, I guess. And next door, the next room over is like the tea club party, and it's just like the rowdiest girls ever, and they just like slam the door open and like kidnap a bunch of guys and just like have a giant like all night party. It's super funny.
Yeah, sounds like the tea club.
I think it's pretty good. I was surprised by it. I was expecting to watch it and be like, okay, romance drama, but I don't know, it's doing something for me.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm really rooting for that Linda character.
Linda.
Yeah, she's the best.
Well, she doesn't have much of a personality so far either. Just that she's the only girl that isn't annoying to him. Or I guess there's another girl that's not super annoying to him, so...
Yeah, I think there's only 3 girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, she was the one that was always looking out for him. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna save you from this onslaught of clubs trying to recruit you. And she did it twice now. It's already pretty clear that she's like, I want to ask you out, but, like, every single time she tries to, it's just like, something else comes up. So,
yeah, it's pretty clear she's gonna lose, because the best girl never wins. Except
I
in
know.
Kokoro Connect.
That's why I hated Strawberry Panic. All the girls I was rooting for ended up losing.
That's just how it goes.
I just watch anime with no girls, and then it doesn't matter.
Then you don't get Yuri.
That's why you don't watch any anime.
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to.
Anibros is not sexist, we swear.
No, not at all. Quite the opposite. I don't know what the opposite of that would be.
Yeah, very like gender secular. I don't
guess.
even know.
But there's one show without any girls at all. Samurai Flamenco. I don't think there was
is
a girl in the first episode.
There was.
Oh, the manager.
Yep. Also, the guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, she wasn't shown.
Yeah, but I get the feeling she's gonna show up, so...
Yeah, there's a bunch of girls in the opening, so I'm sure it will have girls, but it's very, like, Laven,
Yep.
if you want to watch a show with no girls, like, Samurai Flamenco's basically, I think, your only choice.
Just for the record, I don't really care if there are girls, but you know what I mean when I say I don't want it to be a main cast of a bunch of girls doing random antics.
So you like the ratio to be more guys?
I like the ratio to be the show isn't about them being girls, and the fact that they're girls makes a plot point.
I can't really think of any shows that do that, though.
All of the slice of life shows were like, well, it's interesting because we're girls and we're hanging out.
Yeah.
They never bring up that they're girls, though. I mean,
They don't say it obviously to themselves. That would be really weird. But like the appeal of the show is that they're girls.
Really?
I don't know, I can get behind some shows like that, especially of certain persuasions, but, you know...
What does that mean, Patrick?
Nothing at all. I mean, you do like one show that is basically the main cast are females, but
Yeah,
we'll
like
get to that later.
I like it sometimes, but I don't want it to see every show that season to be the same thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Alright. I was gonna say, this season isn't very good for cute girls doing cute things.
I got burned out from just the cute girls being characters, so I don't want anything to do with it anymore.
Alright.
So, Samurai Flamenco.
That's your favorite, huh, Pat?
Actually, no. No, it isn't. This show made me mad.
Oh.
I know, I'm the big Toku Sentai mark here.
Yes?
The main guy, the guy who dresses up as Samurai Flamenco and does his thing, he is the most irritatingly naive and preachy... This guy is just...
He hates him.
It's not you in Anime Farm?
It is not. This guy's way more annoying.
That's what everyone says about their counterpart.
No, I would actually have some sense
That's also what everyone would say.
and not try to beat up middle schoolers.
I don't know, Patrick.
Which, by the way, that weirded me out.
He didn't try to beat up middle schoolers.
No, he tried to stop them from doing stuff, but, like, it's just weird that, like, middle schoolers started beating him up.
Well, they're delinquents.
That never happened to you, Patrick?
That was one time, but it had nothing to do with me dressing up as a superhero. Besides, they were being dumb. But anyways, I guess if it was like high school delinquents, I could see it, but like middle school, I don't know. I never really see middle schoolers as being big and tough enough to like fight and beat people up.
These kids are maturing too fast these days.
Yeah, they just think that they watch some rap videos and some MTVs and they pull their pants around their ankles and go beat up kids.
I guess.
So they do.
No, this guy just annoyed me. He was delusional,
Yeah.
to say the least. I get his ideal, I get his, like, spirit, you know? I like what he wants to do. I don't like how he's doing it. He's just being annoying and obnoxious rather than, like, you know, just like an everyday superhero with a good heart.
I guess, yeah. He just wants to be a hero so bad, though.
I know he does, but he needs to stop being an idiot.
Patrick, how bad do you want to be a hero?
Do you have a dream?
I'm indifferent to it. I have a dream. I have a dream, sure. I'm approaching it realistically.
I'm just trying to figure out, because I've not seen the show, so I'm trying to... The picture that you've painted about this character, and then I'm comparing that to how much I know Patrick. So...
Alright, yeah. I'll explain the show real fast. It starts off with the main character is just like a police officer who's kind of like walks across this guy who's like sitting naked in an alley one day, and he tries to get him in trouble, but then they go back to the second guy's apartment, which is like a super high rise, and he's like a famous model, so he has all this money, and he wants to be a superhero, and that's what he's wanted to be ever since he's a little kid, and he didn't realize that superheroes aren't real. Like, he thought you could just grow up and be like a job of it. So he makes his own costume and like runs around and does vigilante heroism.
Alright, so it's like Kick-Ass or something.
Except he doesn't even do that well. He thinks that, like, okay, maybe if I just beat up, like, random crooks and stuff.
He starts
But, like,
small, yeah.
He starts even below that.
Middle schoolers, right?
Middle schoolers and a drunk guy.
He beats up a drunk guy?
No, the drunk guy beats up him.
Yeah.
That's how he got naked in the beginning.
Because the
Okay.
officer asked him, he's like, well, if you want to be a hero, why don't you just be like a cop or a firefighter in the army? And he's like, well, no, like, I want to be like a costumed super.
He wants to be his own boss, basically.
He wants to be a hero like on TV. Like, they even sit down and watch a bunch of old ones and stuff.
That was the best part of the episode, right there, was when they just sat down and started watching Sentai.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind this. Just do a Sentai marathon with my new buddy. I'm going to force Laven into a Sentai marathon.
That doesn't sound fun at all. Let's move on.
No, I just need to pick out the right one for you.
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it does. I'll find a good one. Don't you worry. You didn't like Garo. That disappointed me.
If that's your quality, like standard of quality, if,
No,
like,
it isn't.
Everyone liked this. If you don't like this, I don't know.
No. I'll pick an actual good quality one.
All right, as long as you know.
I just figured you'd like Garo because it was more adult and not so kiddie.
I like non-cheesy situations.
Then you can't get into Sentai ever then.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Alright, so, yeah, Samurai Flamenco. Annoying main character so far, but I'll stick with it because, I don't know, I'm too big a mark for Japanese superheroes.
You should watch Tiger and Bunny.
I know I should.
That's what I thought it was going to be like.
I watched that whole show, and it's really good. You'd probably like it, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's next?
Kill la kill.
Ah, yes, now Laven can talk.
Chill la chill.
Chill, la chill.
Kill la bill.
Kirura Kiru.
It's saving anime.
Yeah, this show's pretty good.
It's great.
I was a little hesitant on the first episode, because, like, I don't know, just a couple of things were bugging me about it.
Yeah.
But then the second episode was way better,
Really.
and now it's just like, yeah, now I gotta...
Yeah,
Now I
I'm
definitely
with
am
Patrick.
having to watch this every week.
At first, I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be so goofy and comedic.
Oh, I knew this going right in.
I didn't at first, but I'm totally fine. Like, I think it's even better. I thought it was going to be try to be like a little bit serious, but it's basically just panty and stocking again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the thing, was just like, I was thinking like, okay, this is gonna be like Gurren Lagann, kind of, isn't it? And it's like, well, not really. And then I thought to myself, oh wait, if I switch to Dead Leaves mode, this show is now suddenly awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is dramatic or serious at all. I thought it was actually going to like from the first episode until like the last fight, because she's all asking like, my father died and this and that and who's behind this. But then the second episode, like, the animation was all crappy on purpose, and they just had a big silly fight, and I'm like, okay, everything's a big joke. This is fine.
It totally reminded me of like Tarantino or like Kill Bill or something, where it's paying homage to a bunch of old stuff that we all like INXy stuff, but then it's just taking itself like not seriously at all. So it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I actually do hope it does get a little dramatic. If it's going to be like a 2-core thing, because like it said, it's going to be 24 episodes. If it's going to be that long, then I hope they have like some idea for like a plot. Like, I'm not saying that they have to be like really dark and dramatic, but like I would like to have them like actually like sort of take themselves not seriously, but like
I like what's happening.
Like be focused kind of.
Yeah,
I'm
positive
sure it will.
that they will.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love what they're doing right now. It's just that like if it's going to be a show that's that long,
It has to.
well, I thought it was going to be like 12.
I trust that they're seasoned people enough to like make a show, so I'm sure it's going to develop and be good.
Yeah.
They've never failed to put in a story. Like, maybe the first couple episodes are all gags, but I can't think of a show they've made that near the end they don't put in like, okay, here's the serious thing, let's make it serious in the ending, you know?
Yeah, it's weird that like the animation in this show is really inconsistent. Sometimes it looks like this really crappy Flash animated kind of thing.
Where they're all flipping around all 2D and stuff.
Yeah, like those really amateurish tricks. And then the next second, they just have this really lavishly animated part. It's just like,
Yeah.
whoa.
It's like a beautiful fight, and you're like, oh, that was cool.
I guess that's just because they don't have a whole lot of money and they're saving what they can.
Yep.
So they try to take... So when they do shortcuts, they take the most obvious and horrible shortcuts. But it works, because it works in the style. So
Those guys from Gynax, they took everything from the style to the budget philosophy.
They know where to put it. It's brought to you by the same people who did Infernal Cop, so you can expect that kind of level of animation.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I know. There were some times where it's just like it's clear that like they're using tricks from Inferno Cop. Only Inferno Cop, that was how it was the entire time.
Yeah.
Here it's just like, yeah, when we don't really want to spend too much money doing a scene.
But it's pretty good. It's a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's everything I kind of hoped it would be, so it's fun to watch.
One thing that's bugging me still is Ryuko's outfit when she transforms.
See, now in the beginning scene, I caught this, that it pays like a giant homage to like the old Otaku no video and like the Daikon animation type stuff. Like the transformation scene and like the clothes themselves. They're like a modernized version, I kind of thought.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I feel like it's too much. Like,
I thought they were just trying to do that same thing, but then kind of modernize and bring it right to like contemporary times. So, I mean, if you're going to fit it in with stuff that's coming out right now, it would be that like different in how it looks.
I don't know. I feel like even stuff that's out now is a bit more modest than that.
Well, yeah, they're trying to push the boundary like in the exact same way they would have back then.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit too much. Like, maybe, like,
That's fine.
cover a little bit more skin. Like, I'm not,
Patrick,
like, I'm just,
I'm supposed to be the one that doesn't like girls, and I'm even thinking this is okay.
well, I don't know. I just feel like it's showing, like, it's embarrassing to look at, especially when they pull off those really cheesecakey shots where it's just like...
She's embarrassed too. She's not proud of it. She's blushing.
She blushes the whole time.
I know. But it's just... It's uncomfortable when, like, they zoom in on her ass or whatever. And it's just like,
That's only because we're watching it together, Patrick. Come on.
no, I'm pretty sure I would be when I'm watching it by myself. Otherwise, other than that, great show.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
What do you think
So,
about her emo bracelet?
Not really sure what to think. I was a little skeeved out by that, a little bit.
It was imaginative.
It is imaginative.
You mean how she transforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
She uses like the paper
a
cutter.
little disturbing, but
Yeah.
then I just sort of like forgot about it because
Did you
like
guys
they
think
didn't
that
show anything
too?
explicitly.
Think what?
Because I don't know if that's really what it does, because to me it looked exactly like she puts on the glove and then she like pulls a knife and slits her wrist.
Yeah, I thought the
Yeah,
knife
that's
was
what I- that's
built
what I
into
thought
the
it was,
bracelet.
too.
Like those paper cutter things.
Yeah.
Well, there has to be some way that she's drawing blood
Yeah.
with that thing.
It has to be.
In the opening it shows like a needle going down.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
So does by her moving the thing to the side push a needle down? It doesn't like actually slice.
I think there was like a frame where like you saw it was a knife.
I got the complete impression that it just like sliced her arm or her wrist, like right there.
That's hilarious if that's really true, because that's what it seemed like to me. But I was like, no, that's too funny.
Oh,
I would say it's a bit too dark.
It'll be like a Linkin Park AMV coming up.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, looking forward to it though. Every time I finish an episode, I just feel really bad that there's not another one I can watch immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
So I end up watching the same episode over and over again.
Really?
Well, parts of it.
I can't speak for myself here.
It's taking the world by storm for some reason.
Wait, do you have a different opinion of it?
Well, I mean, I think it's good, but I don't see what really makes it like, you know, saving anime best thing since anything ever, you know? Like, freaking everybody is going nuts about the show, and I'm not sure whether it's for real, like it's that good, which I watched it, and you know, it's just like another panty and stocking, which I'm not sure if this did the same thing, you know, but I don't know what's the giant deal.
It's just a big refresh. Like it's not that club girl or romance
that's
or
what
something
people say,
coming
but
out.
there are a bunch of shows that aren't that every season, so I'm
But
not
this
sure.
is like got that wacky, like, you know, old school kind of feel.
Although, like, this actually is a show all about clubs, and like I was
Yeah,
talking to Laven about
that's
this, and
true.
it was just like, well, you should hate this show because like it's like I thought you hated clubs, and you just said like what was it?
I don't remember.
Didn't you say like not if every club is a death club?
Yeah.
It's like this is gonna be awesome. Like I can't wait to see like every single crazy high school club get represented in the most insane way
Yeah.
possible.
I remember us talking about that.
Where
'cause-
like everything is reverse engineered for murder.
Yeah, like I remember when we were talking, it was episode 1. It wasn't super apparent that that's what was going to happen, but it seems like it's going to be like a club of the week, and she has to keep fighting a giant like death version of some school club, and I'm just really curious to see how they do the designs for like how the club is meant to kill her.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
It's definitely the pedigree. It's the people behind it. Like everybody likes the guy who directed Gurren Lagann. Like, you know, everybody loves Trigger and how open and how free they are, how indie they are.
I guess Gurren Lagann did the same thing too, now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone flipped out over that.
well, I like Gurren Lagann as well. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. I trust them.
Yeah, my complete trust and faith is with them.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Next show.
Did any of you guys watch Miss Monochrome?
I've watched nothing now.
Nope. I
Yeah.
actually have not watched Miss Monochrome.
It's pretty
It looked
funny.
like a show I'm gonna skip.
Yeah, well, it's just a 5-minute show, and it's really funny, so if you just have time, maybe just try it out.
I guess. I'm not really big on virtual singers, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but she's a robot, and, like, her roommate somehow steals all of her fortune, so she has to, like, work in a convenience store, and her only friend is a Roomba, and then it dies.
Mm.
Did you watch Nagi no Asukara, though?
Ah!
I don't know what that means. Is that a yes or a
Son
no?
of a bitch!
That's a no.
Ah!
Is he that annoying to you, too?
I hate... Wait, who?
The main guy?
Oh, him?
Oh, that's a yes.
What were you gonna say? What do you hate about it?
I hate so much about this show. This show sucks!
Really?
He's passionate. Listen to this.
Oh my god! I wanted to like this so bad because it was like... I really like aquatic marine stuff.
Yeah.
I do. Like, I like anything that has to do with, like, the sea. Or, like...
That explains Nadia.
Yes, that is exactly. Also, because like I like Indiana Jones kind of adventures and stuff, but I also just like stuff that's underwater. You know,
Which this show is, like, half the time.
Uh-huh. I know, and like I like that. I like the idea that they had, where it's like they have underwater people and they have surface people interacting with each other, and that there's like tensions between them.
Yeah, that, you know, like Gundam, except for it was space.
Yeah. And, like, I liked that, because, like, I liked where they were going with that, and, like, I like what they're doing with that. Too bad it's all through the eyes of a frickin' middle school love triangle.
Yeah.
Fuck these people. Ugh.
He hates it.
Yeah, I do. And the friggin' main girl is the worst, because she's just... I don't know.
How's she the worst? I think The main guy is
No.
worse.
No. That's not true. The worst is, well, I mean, the main guy is terrible. I find him annoying. But the worst is the main girl's love interest, the surface guy.
Really?
Yes.
What's wrong with him?
The fact that he is a freaking blank slate.
So far.
He has no personality. He's literally just,
He's a side character.
he's nothing. He's just like, yeah, I'm a guy. Yep. And he's just like, he has no personality. I don't know anything about him. I didn't know his name until the second episode. I don't know what he likes, what he does, anything. He's just this random generic, he's the most friggin' cookie cutter non-character. It's just like, yeah, I'm here to be a love interest. It's just like, it's so dumb. Give me something to work with. Oh, he's a fisherman. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Why is he a fisherman? What does he like about fishing? What does he do? What does he aspire to do? I learn nothing from this guy. He gives me nothing. And the worst part is that he's never passionate about anything. He doesn't care about anything. He never expresses an emotion about anything. He has this same dead expression on his face for everything. He doesn't care. So why should I care about this stupid middle school chick who liked him for no goddamn reason? God!
This entire rant is so much irony.
How is it ironic?
Because you have so much passion and the character does not.
I don't know, man. Like, I disagree with you there. Like, I don't really feel strongly about the show. I think it's a little bit annoying how it is just like middle school romance. The first episode was all that and I was disappointed. The second episode was a little bit better because it started explaining things about the world. But I don't know why you're so mad about this guy. He's literally like a side character. There's the 4 kids, the underwater kids, who it names and introduces all the stuff. And he's just like a classmate that the girl looks at and gets a crush on. And who cares? I mean, he's a fisherman because his dad's a fisherman. Like, I don't care what else he has to do. He's just another
He can't be a side
classmate.
character. He can't be a side character if he's going to be instilling, like, if he's going to be causing, like, this huge emotional rift between, like, her and, like, this guy, the main guy.
Passively he is. Like, he didn't try to. He's just doing his daily thing like regular real-life people do.
I know, but, like, that's boring. That's annoying. That gives me nothing to work with. If he's going to cause all of this big stuff to happen, then I need to have something to work with. I need to have something that I can attach to with this character.
What are you hitting?
I need to... The chair. I'll stop doing that. He has to stop being friggin'...
I don't know. I didn't think it focused on him enough to, like, really care about all that stuff. I think
Well, if he's going to be causing such an impact, he can't be a side character. He can't be just some guy you don't care about. The side characters are the ones who are, like, they're there, but they don't really cause a huge impact. This guy is the main conflict regarding the main characters. That is the whole thing. That's how a love triangle works.
Well, he doesn't
is that
like
you
her.
have 3 characters. I know that. But it's so... Well, actually, I don't know. He seemed to like the fish on her knee pretty well.
Yeah.
Speaking of, why did she start lying about that?
That was really
what?
dumb.
It was so dumb. Instead, like, she just tries to, like, oh yeah, I still have this fish in my knee. Or, you know, like, because she's trying to still have this guy, like, pay attention to her and like her. Or you could just say, oh, that thing's gone now. Like, it was just a sickness or whatever I had. Anyways, you're really cute. Want to talk? Want to hang out? And, like, she doesn't need to have the frickin' fish in her knee or lie about it anymore. She's being stupid. Again, he can't be a side character if he's going to cause the main conflict, if he's going to cause the main guy to be so pissed off all the time. Like, that's not how a love triangle works. In fact, what I would say is that I care more about the side characters. Speaking of which, those side characters being the girl's friend, the girl, the other random guy. Granted, I don't care about him.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything either.
He's also a very blank slate, do-nothing character, but at least he has a smile on his face.
He likes the blue-haired girl, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
They didn't make that clear yet. And the main guy's sister, her story is now infinitely more interesting than anything the middle schoolers are doing.
Well, yeah, that's because they did that on purpose. They kind of threw that in at the end.
But she's a side character because she doesn't do anything to advance their story. She's just there, as opposed to this guy. He can't be a side character. He's causing too big an impact. And I know there's something, they do have that plot with her, but like it's not affecting like their love triangle or their whole thing. It's affecting a greater plot. I can't explain it. It's just that I know that his whole thing is stupid because he's stupid. You have a freaking personality.
All right, let's move on.
Well, are you gonna keep watching it or just drop it?
Oh hell yes, because I'm pissed off.
Clearly.
I'm not going to drop any show, okay? I'm going to make that clear. I am going to make it my mission that I watch every show, so that way I can make a top 5 best and worst list. And
All right.
be able to speak entirely. That's my thing. It's one of the worst shows of the season right now. Not the worst, because I've watched a couple worse, but we'll get to those. Actually, I don't know. The other one that I think is pretty bad is actually not as bad as this, but still pretty bad. But then there's another show that's even worse. So we'll talk about that later.
So what's the next show?
Did you watch No Known Biori?
Watch the first episode.
I liked it. I was glad that it was like that.
It was really slow. It was really boring. It wasn't funny.
It was the most slice of life thing I've seen in a while.
Yeah. I appreciate the laid-back feel, and I appreciate the countryside setting. Like, I appreciate that their, like, little school is literally only, like, 5 people.
Yeah.
But this show's giving me nothing. It's just a big waste of time.
Oh, really?
It is just about the most slice of life you can ever get, because they don't seem to have a plot. And, like, I understand shows like that, where it's more character-driven, it's more about what they're doing, because this show is just boring.
I guess. I think it's just the kind of thing you, like, watch after work, and it just, just nice and slow and healing. You just laugh at whatever jokes they got and just relax.
Yeah, but I do that for Mushishi when I get, like, that. I have Mushishi for that. I mean, that's not funny. But it's definitely the kind of show where it's like, if I'm up really late and, like, I don't feel like sleeping, but I want to watch something that's not crazy or, like, gonna get me riled up, I watch Mushishi, and I feel very laid back, and it's actually good, because, like, there's actually stuff happening, as opposed to just random people doing whatever.
Yeah. I thought it was funny when she called out the raccoon, though.
The Tanuki? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I laughed at that.
It was okay. Yeah.
Kind of excited for it.
I hated their frickin', are we in the country? No, we're not in the country. Are you sure? Yeah. But then we're in the country. And, like, how do they not know they're in the country?
Well, if you're born and raised somewhere and that's all you know, like, you don't know.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can tell when
The
you're
city
in the
girl
city.
comes in and goes like, wow, you guys live in the country. Like, you have to wait 2 hours between buses, and, like, she keeps asking them, like, what stores they have, and all they have is one store.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you mean the general store? No, like, where's the mall? It's like, we don't have a mall. Like, we don't lock our doors.
I don't think she ever asked for a mall, but, like, I think she was asking for, like, a convenience store.
And all the country kids are like, I guess we do live in the country.
I don't know. I think you could still be able to tell if you live in the country or in the city, like, when you're born and raised there.
Maybe if they've never been to the city or don't have the internet or anything, they just,
No, I feel like I would still know that, because, like, I remember, like, I was raised in Wilsonville, and, like, I always knew that was pretty much just, like, a small city, a small town. Well, not a town. It was a bigger town than that, but, like...
It's an urban environment, Patrick.
Yes, it's an urban environment. I could at least tell that. I knew I wasn't in the country.
Maybe it's just kind of unrealistic, but played for laughs.
I guess, whatever.
'Cause I think the girl was like in first grade or something.
Yeah.
She's the best one.
Yeah. Namely because she is the one who has the most personality right now.
Yeah.
2 of those characters, like, I think they're sisters.
I think so,
Like,
yeah.
they just sort of blend together. I don't think they've done anything to make each other stand out.
Well, this is the only cute girl doing cute things this season. think.
You haven't been watching some of the shows I have.
All right. Well, that's all. I can't really say that much for this one. So,
All right. What's next?
no Kome. That's the my choices are interfering with my
Oh God.
love comedy
Okay.
life.
You talk about that then. What's going on with that?
Have you seen it?
Nope.
Oh, it's surprisingly much, much better than it sounds. Like, from the super long title, like this guy who has a problem where he's presented with two choices and a girl falls from the sky, and it sounds like the dumbest thing ever, right? It's full on just ridiculous comedy. Like, oh, there's a couple shows that it's kind of like Crawling Chaos, Narco, and all the characters are really weird. All the main ones are, and everyone else in the class like thinks they're weird. And the guy keeps getting stupid choices that he has to act on, or else he gets a headache.
Can I just say though, this whole ridiculously long title that consists of like 8 words needs to stop.
Yeah.
It's getting annoying.
Yeah, it is.
It's not gonna.
No,
No, it isn't.
just another Moe thing they're gonna add.
There's no way that my Japanese animation artists will not stop doing that.
Yeah.
That's a title right there. God damn it.
But I think there's only one episode of that out, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it though. It might turn really stupid, but so far it seems to know how to make itself entertaining.
Want to know what also sounded like the dumbest thing ever? Outbreak Company.
I think it has a lot of potential that it didn't really act on in the first episode, so it could go either way, I think.
This show is half reference porn, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I'm not liking it a whole bunch right now, but I'm not hating it as much as I thought I would. So I don't know where I sit.
Yeah.
Just sort of in the mediocre, we'll see where it goes, I guess, kind of area.
It's got the potential to really this guy is in charge of bringing culture to this land, so it could do some hilarious stuff.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous and hilarious concept that I could think of. It's just like, it's either... this could actually be something amazingly awesome, but then they do dumb stuff too, so it's like...
Really focusing on, oh, so you're my maid, oh, so you're a half-elf, oh, this and that. And it's like...
I was really hoping there'd be a Tales of Symphonia reference in there, but no, nothing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll have to see. I thought it was hilarious at the end of the first episode where it just pans up and it's just some, dumb little girl with the stupid grin on her face.
It's just, yeah. It had a lot of references. I don't remember all of them, but, I caught an Ava one really early on, so...
There's a few of them.
Well, I guess Outbreak Company. Very mediocre show. See how it goes, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and you saw Silver Fox, right?
Silver Fox? You mean Gengitsune?
Yeah. That's another kind of
Fuck.
one that's in the middle for me, but did you not like it?
Fuck that show!
Oh god, here we go again.
What did
Yes,
you not like
indeed.
about this show?
Oh, what didn't I like? Oh, I don't know. Why don't I like 50,000 other Saturday morning cartoon shows that are exactly like this?
I don't know why.
This had the plot of a friggin'... I don't know, what Saturday morning cartoon shows are just the most generic... it had a generic
Like Fat Albert or something?
kid show plot. Because
Like, what are you talking about?
there was a misunderstanding that the main characters got into a fight and they separated, but then they realized that they need each other, so then they get back together again.
Yeah.
The other girl was being annoying. And she couldn't even figure out on her own that she needed to be humble when apologizing. How do you expect to apologize? Yeah, well, I know it was your fault and all, but you know what? I'm sorry. So, peace, brah.
It's good to take away lessons.
I like lessons.
Yes, but they're very obvious for kids lessons.
Yeah, maybe you're not the target audience then.
Maybe I'm not. But you know what? I just don't like this show. I don't like the main Silver Fox character's design. It's weird looking.
That was kind of weird.
And some of the animation looks really cheap. There was one shot where it was just I can't describe it, but it was the choppiest animation I'd seen in a long time.
I think the animation looks for nowadays, I think it looks classic looking. the proportions of people and the coloring style looks a little bit classic compared to like the new looking stuff nowadays.
Okay, it's not the art that I have a problem with. It's the animation, where it's just like there was one shot that was like really stiff, like it was the stiffest thing. It was like when he was walking away from her and tossing the orange in his hand. It was just like, did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see how stiff that was? How awkward it was? That was the cheapest thing ever.
That had to be on purpose, probably.
You couldn't.
I don't know. You probably won't like the show Laveness. It's about a shrine maiden doing shrine maiden things.
Yeah.
And it's got a big furry fox who's her best friend.
Sounds crappy.
Yeah. All right. Other shows.
Gee, how many shows did you guys watch?
We're watching a ton of shit.
A lot.
It's too many.
I know. Even I can't handle that many.
What about Yushibu?
Nope.
I couldn't make it as a hero, so now I work at an electronics store.
That's the dumbest title I've ever heard in my life.
I might pick it up later, just to have another show to watch.
It's okay. It's better than Beyond the Boundary for sure. Like, it's still like a light novel adaptation about, obviously some random guy is surrounded by girls, but it's pretty funny. He has to teach the daughter of the demon lord how to like work customer service. So there's a lot of like funny parts where she'll just yell at like the customers like, "Would you trade your life for me to show you where the batteries are at? Ha ha ha." And he's like, "No, It's not bad, but it's not up there."
Right. Okay. Anything else on that list?
I watched one episode, but I definitely dropped I Want to Be the Greatest in the World.
Oh, yes.
Wrestling Idols.
You saying it was the worst show? That it was a terrible show? A watch with the other Patrick kind of show? Makes me want to watch it even more. Yeah, now I gotta pick that show up, because if it's as bad as you say it is, then, like, clearly I have to watch this.
There's no point in otherwise watching it. Within, like, 5 minutes, they just had a shower scene where everybody was covered barely by the fog. It's going to get taken out in the Blu-ray. And I'm like, okay, it's this show. Like, we have to go watch this with the other Patrick. For some reason, these two idols get assigned to, like, go hang out at a wrestling rink. I can't even remember why. And they're like, yeah, wrestling is easy. And the pro wrestler's like, wrestling is not easy. And she, like, makes fun of her friend. And the idol, the main girl, is like, I challenge you to a pro wrestling match. And then she loses. And she's like, I'm going to quit being an idol and be a pro wrestler.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's about the same reason I started watching Valkyrie Romance.
Is that just as bad?
Oh, it's so delightfully bad. I thought it was animated by Gonzo at first, because it had a lot of really terrible CG, but it turned out it's someone else. I don't remember who. But damn. Oh my god. That's also a show we should watch with the other Patrick. Do that. Valkyrie Romance. It's about pretty much an all-girls school jousting academy. So they're all knights in training. And, like, there's this one guy who has a horse. And this horse seems really, really eager to reenact Smegma Princess. Because keeps chasing after all these girls and, like, tearing off their skirts.
Wasn't the horse a girl?
Yeah, but that shouldn't stop him.
I hope the horse wins.
And, like, this one chick, she's not even trying to be, like, a knight or anything. Or, like, do any jousting. But, like, she ends up learning stuff from this guy and how to take care of horses when they've gone wild. So, like, now she's roped up into this thing where now she's got to learn how to joust. Oh boy, it's one of those terrible girl shows. It's just every stock character you can imagine, but it's done in such a ridiculously dumb way. It's based off of an eroge, so, like, it's got a whole ton of terrible, gotta milk this for, like, sex appeal show, which, if you're going to make an adaptation of an eroge, just make it a straight-up hentai. Don't dick around on TV. What are you doing?
Get it? Dick around.
Fuck you.
That was my one contribution to this.
It's just one of those shows, and, like, it's awful, but hilariously so. So, like, I love it in the same way that I love things like Plan 9 from Outer Space or The Room. So, well, no. They're not quite as awful and incompetently hilarious as that. It's still pretty bad, though.
It is really just full on entertainingly bad and not just like, I wish I wasn't watching this bad.
Who knows? It could be either.
Alright.
It's just me. It is definitely a show that exists to prove to all the people who are freaking out about Free apparently killing off, like, the ecchi genre for men, because, like, you know, with girls in it. No, this show will still get made. So many shows like it will still get made. And it's the problem with the industry. So, like, you know, it encompasses everything that is wrong with the industry today. So, if you want to watch a show that is quintessential of all things bad, watch it.
Alright.
If you want an actual good show, stay far away from it. What else we got?
I think that's everything I've watched.
Okay, well, I got one more show that I watched.
Oh god.
Blaze Blue Ultra Memory.
Oh yeah, Blast Blue.
It's kind of weird, because, like, I'm not approaching this in any... Because, like, I've already played the games, so I know what the story is already.
Yeah, that intense, really complex fighting game story.
You laugh, but it actually does kind of get complex. It is probably one of the more complicated and confusing fighting game stories out there.
It always ends in a fight. They're not very quick to conflict resolution.
You haven't played Blaze Blue story mode. You haven't played Blaze Blue at all. You don't know how friggin' tangled and confusing this story gets.
Well, do they ever not fight?
There are actually pretty long stretches where they don't.
Well, that's dumb. I don't want to play a fighting game like that.
Of course they fight. That's how they solve all their conflicts.
That's what exactly the point I was getting at. But all right, go on.
What?
Were you saying that's a bad thing?
No.
Because, like, that's the point of the game.
That's the point of all games.
But anyways, so, like, I'm not going to be so surprised by any twists they throw at me, because, like, I already know all of them. Basically, I'm just approaching this as, like, how does it work as an adaptation? So far, not too well. Okay, I guess. It's a lot like the games, in that it doesn't exactly have great flow. You sort of jump around from place to place.
You don't get to fight.
Well, okay, there was only, like, 2 fights in this episode, which I guess is enough. But, like, basically the main bad guy of, like, the games, you don't know he's the main big bad guy until, like, near the end of the first game. In the first episode of this show, they just basically tell you. So it's like, oh, way to go, spoiling that surprise. Oh well.
Well, wait a minute. How does that work? How do you not know he's the main bad guy? Do you fight him in the beginning?
What?
Like, how do you know someone's not the main bad guy until the end? Like, obviously, that's how games work.
Well, it's tough. It doesn't even matter, because, like...
I'm just confused how you described it. How do you spoil who the boss is? That doesn't make any sense.
He's not the boss, though. He's not the boss. He's not the boss until the second game. The Mastermind is a spoiler. He's not a character you play as in the first game.
The anime ruined it.
Yeah, the anime spoiled the surprise. I mean, you could already kind of tell he's not exactly, like, a good dude when you first meet him. But, like, you don't know that he's, like, the huge mastermind behind, like, everything that's happened. So, it hasn't really gotten to the really crazy, confusing parts of the plot yet, but it is breezing through it really fast.
It probably just assumes that you are already a fan and know what's going on.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the kind of show that's made for, like, yeah, if you've played the game, you know what's happening.
Just an advertisement for it.
Yeah, I guess.
Patrick fell for their trap.
The guy said, like, he wanted to make it, like, some kind of...
For harem.
No. He wanted to introduce a new audience to it, which, if that's what his plan is, he's doing a terrible job at it, because he hasn't explained anything of, like, the world. Like, if you haven't played the games, you'd be so confused, because, like, they don't explain anything to you about anything. They just throw you right in.
I'm not usually in the habit of watching anime based on a video game, so...
Yeah, I know. I'm only doing it because, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of shows I noticed after watching like a bunch of first episodes in a row this season, a ton of shows do that thing where it starts off at like a really exciting part and then it plays the opening and then it starts off from the beginning.
Oh, I forgot about this. This show's animation. It's, not all that good. I get the feeling they're on a really tight budget. Because they don't have an opening sequence. What they did instead was just take clips from the entire first episode and edit them together to fit with the opening theme song.
Well, sometimes shows don't have the opening done in time, or maybe the opening will have spoilers.
Maybe.
So a lot of first episodes don't have an opening.
There's also this really terrible shot they had with like the animation. When two of the characters, Ragna and Jin, start fighting, Jin throws like an ice sword move, and like it's probably like the most laughably bad animation. It doesn't look like an ice sword. It looks like an ice blob. It just sort of forms and just like derps across the room.
Icicle Falls on easy mode.
Overall, just a very meh show. If you don't like BlazBlue, if you haven't played BlazBlue, this probably won't get you into it, to be perfectly honest.
Alright, so is that it?
I guess so. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Just like Michael Jackson said, this is it.
The world can change as soon as people stop making such shitty anime like Valkyrie Romance and Nagi no Asukara. Because that's what Michael Jackson wants. He doesn't want people to watch shitty-ass anime. He wants people to come together and watch good shit.
How would Michael Jackson be infuriated at the fact that the underwater anime was terrible?
Because it was about hate, not love.
Is this it?
This is it.
What is it?
This is it.
I want Michael Jackson to be mad about the show in the same way Patrick was mad.
You see, it's a show about hate, not about love. Oh. Damone, the chick who likes him has no personality of her own. Has no. This stupid show. It sucks so much. Why is there such great art and such great designs? But Damone, I hate it.
Okay. Well, that was our new opening.
I'm gonna make it my
Why
voicemail.
can't the world come together?
Yeah, that's my new
Watch Kill la
ringtone.
Kill. Watch Kill la Kill. This is a show about love. And it's so awesome. Jamone.